This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lost one of our rock and roll heroes this weekend, Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters, 102.9 WBLM, my hero right there. On tour with the Foos in South America, toxicology report says multiple substances in his body will await the official word, though. But sounds like all kinds of sadness there with the Foo Fighters camp and for all of us and people. I mean, just kind of just reeling from this one.
I was surprised too. He's been sober for a long time. Hey, good morning.
Jay Stu!
Jay Stu just walked in at just the perfect time.
Good. We need a drummer. We need just when you need a drummer and a guy that knows rock and roll better than anybody else. Who can make sense of all the Taylor Hawkins
I
stuff?
I can go out and find you one real quick.
Stop it, dude. How are you?
Wicked awesome.
We're just talking about Taylor Hawkins. What is 50 years old, man?
Well, I have a bunch of thoughts about this.
Yeah.
Drummers, we're a small community, so it's like even at that level, even when you're mega famous and all that stuff, you still feel like these people are your people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying other musicians don't feel that way about, the instrumentalists in their world, but, when you lose a drummer, that's like, you feel that.
Yeah.
All the way to the core. And I heard you guys saying when I came in, it's like, he was sober for a long time. There's a few things that it could be.
Yeah.
Like it could be that he just fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
I was talking to a cop friend about this actually. And he went off about, he's like, look, they're in kind of a third world country. They're down in, what was it, with Chile?
No, were they in Venezuela? Colombia, right, yeah.
Bogota.
And he was talking about, rock stars, they, if nothing else, forgive me, they puff a lot of weed.
Right.
And he said drug dealers aren't like, they don't have like their ServSafe certification and all this other stuff.
It's a whole different
level. You don't know actually what you've got going on in it, right?
Yeah. He said it literally could be something as simple as like he bought some weed off somebody off the street.
Yeah.
That could have just literally been weighed on a scale that had fentanyl on it or something like that. Because they said they found opiates in his system and stuff.
Right.
And he said it literally could be something as simple as that.
Oh my God.
Because when I heard about it, knowing how long he'd been sober and all that, like I wanted it to be anything but that. Like
I know. I heard he had that he had chest pains, and I was like, maybe he had a heart condition that, an underlying heart condition or something. And then when they said, he had 10 different, drugs in his system, I was like, okay, but some of those were antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. They weren't all illegal drugs.
Right.
So to your point, that thank you for bringing that up because I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Can you imagine being in a band, a drummer in Dave Grohl's band?
Right? How intimidating.
I can't even imagine it. Like the way that happened was hilarious. 25 years ago or whatever, Taylor was playing with Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Right.
And Dave at that time, the Foo Fighters were nobody. Like the first album had come out, but like they were still a young band. Mm-hmm. So he called Taylor thinking this guy's like, big time drummer with a big band and all that stuff. And he was just like, hey man, like, do you know any drummers? Like I'm coming up short, da-da-da. And Taylor's like, I'm a drummer.
Right.
And Dave's like, dude, you're playing with Alanis Morissette. You're in like the biggest band going right now. And he goes, yeah, but I want to be in a band. He goes, I don't want to be some side man.
Right. Part of her
industry.
Band. Right. Yeah.
Amazing.
And that's how it started. But,
Was
not
he playing?
once did Taylor ever get replaced by Dave Grohl.
That's right. That's right.
Was Taylor playing when we saw Alanis Morissette?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some onstage tributes from over the weekend that people that knew and loved Taylor. You're going to hear Elton John's voice, and you're going to hear Slash. Then you're going to hear Miley Cyrus, and then you're going to hear Wolfgang Van Halen.
All was good with the world, and I had the most beautiful quiet day, and it was lovely. And then I got on this morning to see that Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters had passed away. And I was so shocked because he was one of the nicest people you could ever meet and one of the greatest drummers.
We lost a really close friend of ours last night, yesterday. Taylor Hawkins, drummer, of course, from the Foo Fighters. He was a really good friend, kick-ass drummer, a lot of fun to be around, and I'm completely crushed that we've lost him.
We had to make this emergency landing, and the first person that I called was Taylor, because he was already at the festival. That would have been a time that I would have gone to see my friend, and I did it. So it makes me really sad.
And he was a hero to me, and a hero to countless people. We feel this is necessary.
Wolfgang Van Halen, young Buck letting it rip over the weekend. That's all. This is, I got to play this. This is amazing. This is from, and we have all of this up on the WBLM app, of course. This is the, we have the last show, video of the last show with Taylor with Foo Fighters. This is a really fun moment. Dave's he always does the band intros. And then Taylor came out. Taylor always comes out and sings the one or two songs. He sings a Queen song or something, and he's just awesome.
There's one more person you can't forget. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Hawkins plays the drums in the Foo Fighters all the time. You know, the best thing about Taylor Hawkins, he's the best drummer in the world. We love him so much. But here's the thing. You haven't seen his pants yet. Taylor Hawkins, come down and sing a song. You can see his pants. Come on, Taylor, come sing a song.
Hi, Dave. Love Dave Grohl, man. I'd be delivering pizzas if it wasn't for Dave Grohl. I'd be managing the drum department at a Guitar Center if it wasn't for Dave Grohl.
Wow.
Oh, man. Love that. Read all about it, how the rock world is reacting. Your tributes up on our Facebook fan page, videos of the last show, and so much more. Remember Taylor Hawkins. 825 Jay Stu. Hate to hit you with this right out of the gate this morning.
But you're the perfect person to have here for this today.
It ruined my weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I got up Saturday morning, and that was the first text on my phone. And it's not like Taylor Hawkins and I were friends or anything like that, but literally my phone starts blowing up with all my drummer buddies that are just like, holy crap, can you believe this? That's why I was saying, like, you know, even though none of us like knew this guy personally, you know, when you're a drummer, it's you all feel that. So amazing. We all reached out to each other in those moments because it was just so huge.
Incredible. Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. How about Maine Maple Sunday coming back?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Took a couple years, but so great to have it back. Great, one of the great traditions here in the great state of Maine. Looked like it was very busy out there yesterday and all
perfect
weekend.
Weather for it, too. Beautiful day.
All right, Jay Stu's coming in to hang with us this morning. Definitely want to get his take on Taylor Hawkins because Jason's a great drummer as well.
Yeah.
As well as a great DJ here on WBLM. The thing everyone's talking about is what happened last night on the Oscars with Will Smith slapping, not even slapping.
You know, he punched him.
Punched him after a joke about Jada.
Chris Rock.
So Will Smith goes up and here's how it went down.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
And then here comes Will.
Yeah.
Wow. You can roll that up. You can listen to that. Hear that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he punched him.
Ooh. One more time.
Wow. Will Smith.
And then 20 seconds of silence.
Yeah, because they cut the audio because Will was cursing at Chris from the crowd.
Wow.
Okay.
This is Chris Rock trying to regain composure.
Right.
After getting punched in the face in front of 1 billion people.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for Best Documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, because they make you, when you watch one, you feel...
Look, he's trying to regain it.
Yeah, trying to get back on track.
Like you read a book or something.
But hard.
But I'll say one thing. Chris Rock can take a punch. Because, remember, Will trained for Ali.
Right.
And he came up, and Chris Rock, not a big guy, diminutive guy, and I'm surprised he wasn't knocked back on his bum because he was just like, pop.
So Will Smith laughed at the joke.
He did laugh at the joke, but Jada didn't. And so Will looked over at Jada and read the room and was like, oh no. And so instead of just, giving Chris Rock, as Captain suggested off air, just flipping him the bird from the audience.
Off camera, just flip him off. Going,
right, and talk to him about it later.
I'll toss you after the show.
That was offensive, whatever. Said something. He could have even said it in an interview like, hey, that wasn't cool, whatever. But to get up and physically assault him during the show, I mean, first of all, it's Chris Rock. Like, he offends everybody. He's Chris Rock, But Jada doesn't have a life-threatening illness. She's got alopecia. It's caused her to lose her hair. And I know there's stress involved with that and stuff like that. However, these are thick-skinned people who kind of dump their life all over the internet. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Smith family has gotten a little bit bizarre over the last few years. But that aside, it was definitely, like, even if it was completely out of line, you don't assault somebody for it, especially in a momentous history-making occasion after a body of work. Will Smith has finally got an Oscar.
Did he punch him after he got the Oscar?
Your wife said it was after he got it, but
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Incredible. Anyway,
I think she's right. I wasn't watching it live.
Here's the 20 seconds of dead air. We have the audio, what happened during the 20 seconds of dead air that you did not see last night. And here's how it went down. You'll hear Will Smith swearing and yelling at Chris Rock here.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Unhinged. Unhinged.
And not some people are saying, oh, it was all set up.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Like, you watch it and it's uncomfortable. And I think Will just could not. He was unhinged. He did not control himself. Not when he got up and not when he sat down. He was just.
Wow.
That is not the way that you would want to. That was not something you would want to leave in your legacy.
It'll be the highlight of the night.
That's what everybody's going to be talking about. Not the fact that he won an Oscar, but the way that he reacted to a joke.
Just don't laugh at jokes about your spouse.
I mean, come on.
It's Maine's Classic Rock, 102.9 WBLM. Lost in all the Taylor Hawkins tragedy and the Will Smith punching Chris Rock in the mouth tragedy.
Holy moly.
We must not forget that Genesis played their last show ever this weekend.
Right.
That's a big deal. A couple of 100 million records. They did okay. Did the prog rock thing and then so huge in the 80s and wrote hits like that. And
speaking of drummers,
right,
Phil Collins,
great drummer. Mm-hmm. His son ends up playing because I don't know if he ruined his back. Is it Jason or
he's in a bad way, sort of like corporeally speaking. Like I watched a video from just like 5-6 years ago of him playing. They were going to record a record. He was just going to record some songs. Dude literally put the drumstick in his hand and like wrapped duct tape around it, so he basically looked like he had like two Vic Firth claws sticking out of his hands
because he can't hold on to them anymore.
Yeah, couldn't hold on to the stick, so he literally like mittened the stick into his hand with duct tape.
So he sits, comes on stage, goes off stage with a cane. Kind of the guys that Mike Rutherford kind of helps him there, and then he sits all night, still sings his ass off.
Yeah.
And his son plays really, really well. So anyway, final show last night or Saturday night in London. Peter Gabriel, who was in Genesis, in the crowd, did not go on stage, but did attend, and there was big love backstage and all that stuff. So you can see all of that up on the WBLM app. But we cannot forget about giving Genesis their moment amongst all the other show that's going on in the world these days. Jason Stewart, J. Stu is in the house.
Wicked.
He'll be on. So good to have you. Thank you on behalf of me and Celeste, who are on the air for 10 hours a day.
So excited.
Thank you for taking the gig.
I was looking around. You guys got that light bright yet?
Oh man.
The list
I
of
was afraid you were going
demands.
to call us out on that.
Your list of demands was unbelievable.
That rider was insane.
One of the greatest rock and roll riders of all time, Jay Stu.
Hey, it's one of those things, man. You got to shoot for the moon, and expect the dirt.
Jay Stu, classic lunch. You're bringing you through your workday. Just so fantastic. Speaking of drummers, like who is your top guy? Who is your guy?
Oh man, I mean,
I know you did a classic lunch on. I almost feel like we should do drummers again today, in honor of Taylor.
Oh yeah, not a bad idea.
We'll do it again. Who cares?
I love Alex Van Halen.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think Alex is probably one of the most underrated rock drummers of all time. Because I'm telling you, as a drummer, Alex is every bit as talented on the kit as his brother was on guitar, but was just simply overshadowed by his brother's talent.
Wow. I did not know that. What do you think of Tommy Lee?
Badass.
Okay.
Now, Tommy's not flashy, like Alex, super flashy, but also super tasteful. Tommy just lays that backbeat down so hard that you, like, when you listen to Dr. Feelgood, like, you just want to punch stuff.
It's true,
you know what I mean?
do.
Like,
We go flipping cars every time we
Keep
play it.
Will
We go down to
Smith
Monument
away.
Square and we flip cars.
Keep Will Smith away from Dr. Feelgood.
yes.
No kidding.
Celeste wants to flip. All right, I know what we're playing next. Hold on. Jay Stu.
Hey, fun fact about Hot for Teacher. Mm-hmm. That beginning is a sample of Don Landy, the engineer that engineered 1984. That's a sample of his Lamborghini.
No.
Yeah. And then they ran it through Alex's Simmons stuff. And right here, that's where they kick on the delay.
Right. Yep.
And that's where they turn it off.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody's like, how did Alex blah, blah, blah? And it's because, well, first of all, it's an idling Lambo. Second of all, they hit the delay button by accident.
That is brilliant.
And then this part,
right,
we're off to the races.
Right. Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
See what you get here, folks? You're not getting that anywhere else in the world.
Nope.
There you go. All right. That's so cool, dude. Jay Stu's coming out. Should we do drummers? I know we did drummers a couple weeks ago for Classic Lunch, but, man, with Taylor leaving and last Genesis show and you're here rocking it out today, should we just do drummers again?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Classic Lunch today. We're going to do another drummers theme. If you have any suggestions for Jason, hit up the WBLM app and we'll get those on for you. So, all right. So, why don't you go get breakfast? Go to the green room. Do whatever you like. Celeste and I are going to hang here for another hour. Then Jason will be back at 10. Go till 2. Then Sedenka. Then Uncle Joe. What a lineup!
Wow.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, by the way, I must congratulate you. Jason's also an instructor for Maine Academy of Modern Music. The girls' rock thing was yesterday. We had the ladies here, Paisha and Emma and Kaylee here.
So nice.
On Friday with the female faculty frequency takeover.
Whoa.
And
so many Fs.
I know. It's amazing. We didn't get in trouble. And Jason had a couple bands, and they just rocked it, dude.
They crushed. Absolutely crushed.
Who are the two bands you instruct?
One is called Chair. Their logo is awesome. It is literally a chair with a face on the back, and then the legs all have cowboy boots on them.
Oh, I love it.
They made it themselves.
I love it.
And the other band is called Emerging Science.
Okay.
I love the band.
They used to be called Melted Monkey Butter.
No.
Go figure. Yeah.
I like Emerging Science, but Chair with the face and the cowboy boots.
I love that. Cowboy boots on anything, but especially on furniture.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that at my house.
Oh, I don't
My
think...
dining room is going to be all cowboy boot chairs.
Nah, you've done it.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.